Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is May 28th, and the title of today's devotional is Unquestioned Revelation. In that day you will ask me nothing, John 16, verse 23. Today's study addresses the hurdle faced by most Christians, the time of unquestioned submission to God. It is not merely to acquiesce, meaning to reluctantly give up, as in a submission to defeat, but joyfully giving oneself over in submission to trust His Lordship. There ceases to be a war of resistance to have one's own way. Chambers begins with the question, when is that day? It is when the ascended Lord makes you one with the Father. In that day you will be one with the Father just as Jesus is, and He said, in that day you will ask me nothing. Today's study serves as a confession of my only now beginning to be in this spirit of submission, to cease struggling against God and the warning of my ways, as opposed to giving over in confidence to His infinitely wise care and provision for me. Such a life is completely different than the one lived by most professed Christians who see God only as fitting into the religious part of their life. Even for those who profess Jesus as Lord, generally do not comprehend the complete ramification of Christ's statement. Chambers continues, until the resurrection life of Jesus is fully exhibited in you, you have questions about many things. Then after a while, you find that all your questions are gone. You don't seem to have any left to ask. You have come to the point of total reliance on the resurrection life of Jesus, which brings you into complete oneness with the purpose of God. Are you living that life now? If not, why aren't you? That's an interesting question he poses. Why aren't you living that total life of reliance upon Him? Numerous reasons can be given. As a lost person, you come from a background of controlling your own life without interference from God. It's a scary thing to think that I can turn full trust over to an unseen God. I don't know how to do it. O.C. says that in that day there may be any number of things still hidden to your understanding, but they will not come between your heart and God. In that day you will ask me nothing. You will not need to ask, because you will be certain of God revealing things in accordance with His will. Chambers is not trying to cover up that there are remaining questions which will arise within us, those of what if this, what if that, but they don't matter. Your confidence is in His revealing the next step in accordance to His will. As O.C. says, the faith and peace of John chapter 14, verse 1 is a real attitude in your heart, because there are no more questions to be asked. That verse says, let not your heart be troubled. Believe in God, believe also in me. There's one word that can be used to translate the phrase, let not your heart be troubled. It means worry. Jesus says, stop worrying about things fully and completely out of your control. Believe in God, believe also in me. Until you possess and are possessed by full belief in the omnipotence of God, you will continue to doubt and worry and fear. Your continued trust in your ways above that of God will exist. The proverb says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. This is where we learn that God does not depend on us to depend on us. Chambers warns, if anything is a mystery to you and is coming between you and God, never look for the explanation in your mind, but look for it in your spirit, your true inner nature. That is where the problem is. Anything that wedges between you and God is spiritual in nature, for He has made provision that nothing shall separate us from His love. Romans 8, verses 38 and 39. Chambers closes with, once your inner spiritual nature is willing to submit to the life of Jesus, your understanding will be perfectly clear, and you will come to the place where there is no distance between the Father and you, His child, because the Lord has made you one. In that day you will ask me nothing. If you haven't yet read today's devotional from Dr. Chambers' book, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online. Please share any prayer requests as well as comments and questions. And now may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. Thanks for being here today. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye now.